නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු වරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු වරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු වරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස යං කිංචි විත්තං ඉදපාහුරං වා සග්ගේසුවා යං රතනං පනීතං නනෝ සමං අත්ථි තථාගතේන ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනම් පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ථි හෝතු තී. May the Triple bless you. Another beautiful Vesak full moon poet day in 2022. We are meeting after spending a lot of Vesak full moon poet days in your life. We have come across another Vesak full moon poet day. The importance of today, you all know the birth of Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha, and Gautama Buddha's appearance, and he started giving this noble doctrine to all, and also his passing away, Mahaparinibbana. To have this Buddha Sasana, this wonderful teaching, there was a very big sacrification of Bodhisattva in his previous life. If we do not find that kind of such a beautiful hearted person, if Bodhisattva couldn't develop that kind of a good hearted person, there will be no Supreme Buddha in the world. Life after life, he had been improving his qualities like prerequisites, paramita, dana, sila, nekkhamma and all. While he was improving these parami, prerequisites, 10, and sacrificing his body parts, another 10, sacrificing his life, another 10, paramita, upaparamita and paramattha parami. He has developed his wisdom and all the other qualities to become Supreme Buddha one day, and he became. Today we are having all these relaxations, the wisdom, enlightenment, all these in front of us, though we are going there towards or not. We find those unvaluable things because of that sacrification. It's a quality of a very great, it's a quality of a great leader. Supreme Buddha is the best leader in my life I have seen. Then you will ask, how did you see him? Yes, I see him at the moment even. With the lessons he taught, with Vinaya Pitaka, the rules and regulations like precepts and sutra and Abhidhamma, we can recognize what kind of a gem of a person he is. In his previous lives, when we go back to the most previous lives, a son was saving his mother in the ocean in Mataposaka Jataka. After that, he started improving his paramita, not exactly, but mano pranidhana. I will become Buddha, I will become Buddha. He was thinking. So many number of years, lives, we cannot count it out. After that, he was telling others, I will become Buddha, I'm having a target of being Buddha, to save all these beings in this world, Vaparinidhana. And when it comes to the very important, very special time, very special moment, when he was sacrificing his life in front of Dipankara Supreme Buddha, lying on mud, asking Buddha not to trample mud. Dear Supreme Buddha, without trampling this muddy area, please go over, trample my body, and I will become bridge for you and the Sangha. With this sacrification, Dīpankara Supreme Buddha recognized, and after observing the future, he said, it's a big discover. One day, this person who is lying on mud will become Gautama the Buddha. That was Niyata Vivarana. And there is only one person who can step on his body, that is Dīpankara Buddha. Nobody can keep their feet on this special person. With this sacrification, he got the real certificate of being Gautama Buddha in the future. After taking that, after being Bodhisattva, Mahabodhisattva, completed 10 paramita, 10 prerequisites, and after sacrificing his body parts like eyes, heart, kidneys, of course sacrificing heart is sacrificing life, no doubt about that. Nobody can live without the heart. Body parts, like he was completing these prerequisites to be Buddha. Today we are listening, I am explaining and you are listening these noble things to purify our hearts just because of this sacrification. Just imagine, just think, Bodhisattva and Supreme Buddha did all these things not for us but for me. You must be able to think about that. You must be able to think like that. Then you will never cheat, you will never forget, you will never give up, because Supreme Buddha in his previous lives as Bodhisattva have done all these sacrifications, not anybody else but for me. I am here being a man, human being, to fulfill his expectations. What my dear teacher taught me, what my dear Supreme Buddha asked me to do, so I must do that. Just imagine, in one of the previous lives, Supreme Buddha, that means Mahabodhisattva, became a tusker, a small elephant, beautiful small elephant. Being bigger and bigger, he became a very beautiful tusker with long tusks, silvery beautiful tusks, and his trunk. And he thought of being this herd. It hurts me. I don't like to be with these females and the little ones, so I want to stay alone. And he went away from those elephant herd, the bunch, and started living alone in the jungle. While he was living in the jungle alone, one day Devadatta's previous lives, a hunter, he was a hunter, lost his way to home, and he found this elephant tusker and got scared, but no harm from this tusker, and he came closer and asked him to take him to the village. The tusker promised, okay, I will take you to the village, but you want to promise me not to tell about me to anybody. He promised, but you know about Devadatta's previous lives, it's not a very beautiful white character, it's a black character. After going to the village, that hunter explained everything about this tusker and his tusks. And the people who are making carvings with the tusks, they wanted those couple of tusks to make beautiful, valuable carvings. And hunter came back to the jungle and asked for the tusks. 3 times he came, the edges and the middle parts and the other rest of the parts in these tusks as a request. 3rd time he asked all these tusks from the bottom of the teeth, mouth, and Bodhisattva was sacrificing. Okay, you take my tusks, I don't want them. I want to complete my dana paramita, so you take them. And he kept his tusker, kept the head down, and let the hunter to take those tusks from his mouth, taking with the damage in the skin parts, tissues, and the blood came. It was bleeding, very painful, but thinking about you and me, thinking about all the beings, thinking about the Buddhahood, This Bodhisattva was sacrificing his beautiful tusks, and he's proud. This proud about these tusks is not valuable, but being proud about being Buddha, that is valuable, more valuable than the other things, so he sacrificed. Hunter was taking the tusks, and our Bodhisattva was completing the Anupaparamita. Without killing this person, Sila Upaparamita, the morality. Khanti Upaparamita, tolerating. Metta Upaparamita, loving friendliness, while sacrificing these tusks. So this much of a beautiful life quality this Bodhisattva had. Just imagine you are having a toothache, how unbearable that is. I think it is so difficult to bear. You drink different painkillers and you go to the dentist and complain, I'm having this kind of a pain, that kind of a pain. But being an animal, Bodhisattva, how much of a sacrifice is that? Letting somebody to take his tusk from the bottom with bleeding. So you must give a good payback. He doesn't expect anything else from you. Buddha expect you to become a good person following this knowledge, following these lessons. So, and also being a very good leader. I will tell you another story in Jataka. Being monkeys, our Bodhisattva was a leader of the monkey herd, the flock, and there was a mango tree nearby the river bank, and the leader, our Bodhisattva, explained and ordered all the monkeys to eat the mangoes where the branch was towards the river, because if any ripe mango falls to the river, it goes to the villagers, and villagers recognize there is a very good mango tree in the jungle, so they will come for the mangoes. Then the leader asked the members, monkey members, to eat all the mangoes, not in the forest bank side, but in the river side. One day there was a mango hidden among the leaves. They didn't see that, and it ripened and fell in the river, and the mango was flowing downwards to the villagers, and unfortunately that mango went to the king, and he ate it. Very tasty mango, and he wanted to find this mango. Where did it come from? It came with the river water, and they went upwards to the river, to the forest, and found the mango tree. After finding the mango tree, it became a very big threat for the monkeys in there. The monkeys in Sri Lanka, people do not eat monkey flesh, but most of the countries they eat. So that happens to the monkeys in the jungle. The whole group was in a threat, and monkey leader, our Bodhisattva, decided to take them to another side from the river bank, to the other river bank, and jumped to a branch and hold up one of the branches to the other side, and kept the legs in the other side, this side, and asked all the members to go over him. Now the leader was holding one branch at the other bank of the tree of the other bank, and the legs in the other side, one tree, one branch of the other river bank. All the monkey members went through the leader, holding the leader's body, to one tree to the other tree, to escape, to save their lives. Unfortunately, this grudgeful, hot-tempered Devadatta was there in the group. He was coming life after life, following Bodhisattva, and he was the last. And while crossing the body of the leader, he made a big bite with his canine teeth and made a big damage to the leader because of grudge, because of ill will, and and our Bodhisattva, what he did was, he did not put the Devadatta monkey to the water. He was holding very tightly the branches, and okay, you bit me, doesn't matter, you cross the river over me and you escape, you save your life, it doesn't matter. See, just imagine if somebody comes to you, your enemy, and punch you or kick you, hurt you, what would you do? You will never give up. You will definitely, I don't know, try to punish them. But Bodhisattva did not do that. Very good leader. Though my members hurt me, I will never hurt them back. I am a good leader. So Bodhisattva thought to save his enemy's life as well. That monkey also crossed the branches and went to the other river bank. But Bodhisattva fell down to the water and king got caught him. So the story goes more longer, but what we want to know is the quality of a leader was there in Bodhisattva. Then how can I explain the qualities of Buddha? I don't have words, my vocabulary is not enough to explain the good qualities of Supreme Buddha. If the Bodhisattva is having that much of qualities, being a leader. So, in another story, I am explaining these things to show the good qualities of a leader. So, if you are a leader, if you are a chief of a group, improve these qualities. It is not disturbing your activities. It will improve your qualities and give a good productivity for you when you try these simple things practically in your life. Because Supreme Buddha is not a miracle. He is not extraordinary. He is a normal person who improved his wisdom and qualities. For an example, like this, just imagine you want to go in the sky, walk in the sky, walk on water. You will never come to that position when you crave for that. Buddha did not want to be a superman, a super person, extraordinary, but he wanted to save others' lives and show us this liberation. As a byproduct, he had lot of abilities of doing different things, but his target was not to create fire, create water, not those things. Bodhisattva's exact target was to save other animals, other beings' lives, to save us from this suffering, unsatisfactory. Suffering is of course unsatisfactory. Yeah, we are not satisfied, but Buddha, silent Buddha and saint people, means in Pali Buddha, Pacceka Buddha and Arahat, they do not have that unsatisfactory. To bring our life to that, bring our mind into that situation, that state, Supreme Buddha sacrificed, not for supernatural powers. If you crave for supernatural powers, if you crave to read the other's minds, you will never come to that position, you will never be able to do that. But when you purify your mind, automatically it comes to you. In one life, Bodhisattva became a leader of businessmen, and he had to, with the carts and the bullock carts, with the bulls, they want to travel, not like today. Today we are having vehicles with motor cars, all those things, trucks and jeeps, whatever, the lorries. In earlier days there were no those things, and they used bulls. About 500 of bullock carts were going over through a desert, and before them there was another group. They went and they got caught by the devils, and devils ate them, and he found different bones and other things on the way. So Bodhisattva recognized something has happened for the first group, and I have to be alert about my group members, good leader. Meanwhile, some beautiful ladies were coming through the desert with soaked bodies, wet, with water lilies on garlands on their necks, and he looked very carefully, very alert. How did they find water? How did they find water lilies as garlands? How did they bathe like this, very soaked clothes they had? But he recognized there is no sign of water in front of them. those people who came in front of them and said, no need to keep this water in the bullock cars, in your vehicles, why do you carry this much of a weight? So just throw them. Here we had a very nice bath in over there is water. You don't want to carry water like this. But the leader did not decide to throw water away, and he asked the members to keep the water with them and food with them. Do not do that, because I don't see any sign of rain or water in front. So, and he was be able to save his members again by these devils, yakka, because there are beings eating animal flesh, but we cannot see yakka and other different types of invisible beings are there. They eat animal flesh, just like carnivorous animals like tigers and lions. So, as first group, they were eaten by these devils, but the second group, Bodhisattva's group, Bodhisattva was the leader, and he could save all the members' lives without throwing water and food away. Intelligent person. Likewise, when it comes to the Buddha's characteristic features, very difficult to explain, not like a normal person, but we don't have enough educational qualifications in language to explain. And also I must tell you, this is not my mother tongue, this is my second language, so we are unable to explain the beautiful qualities of Supreme Buddha in language. It's difficult, but when you go through these lessons, very nice, you can understand how valuable, how gem of a person Supreme Buddha is. He feels like all the beings are my sons and daughters. Can you just imagine, can you feel like that? When if you are a mother or a father, imagine your sons or daughters, friends have come your home and you are going to treat them the dinner or lunch. Can you just treat your son and your son's friend same way? Quite difficult, I guess. Mātā niyam putta 𝗐𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕 𝒂𝒔𝒂𝒂𝒕 𝗐𝒵𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕 𝒂𝒑 Buddha is giving you a target, a measurement of making loving friendliness, loving kindness to the whole world, all the beings, just like your son and daughter. Can you do that? It's so difficult. I know that. I have no experience of sons and daughters, I don't have, but I know a mother for a father, it is so difficult to treat another son or a daughter just like your son and daughter. So, but for Supreme Buddha or Bodhisattva, he feels all the beings are my sons, my daughters. With this feeling only, you can give up, not you, Bodhisattva can give up his son and daughter to fulfill this dana paramita, prerequisites. You know that in one life he sacrificed his daughter and son both in Vesantara Jataka. After escaping from this Jujaka Bamuna, those son and daughter ran again towards the father and asked, why father, you are giving us, don't you love us? How much you had love towards us, now what you are doing? Then Vesantara, the ascetic, he is not actually a hermit. Hermit Vesantara said, my dear son, my dear daughter, please sacrifice, please bear this pain for me to fulfill my prerequisites. That's why I am giving you to this Jujaka. And he was unbathed. Father's love. He is giving those this son and daughter not because he is not loving. He is loving this son and daughter, but sacrificing for you and me. You don't want to sacrifice your sons and daughters. You are having this noble doctrine because he had done all these things for you and for me. Just imagine, he was crying, and through his eyes 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕 ascetic 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕, this hermit 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕, the tears did not come. Just blood came out from his eyes. That much of a pain, but sacrifice. He couldn't breathe through his nostrils. He just opened his mouth to take a breath. That much of a love. But he knows have to sacrifice sons and daughters also to be Supreme Buddha one day. So you just think now today you are observing special set of precepts, rules, Uposathaṭṭhanga Sila, and you have sacrificed your life, home, your children, your parents, whoever the members in your life, family. How difficult for you to spend one day in these monasteries? One day. If your sons and daughters and husbands and wives, whoever are with you in this monastery, it's not that difficult. But if you are alone, all the members, if they are at home still, how difficult for you? I know in most of the monasteries, at the end of the Sila program, at about 5 o'clock in the evening or 6 o'clock, all the people, they turn here and there and getting ready to go home. Difficult. Few hours is difficult. So then just imagine giving the son or daughter to another person forever. How difficult is it? Ascetic, the hermit 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕 did it. Our Bodhisattva did it for you and for me. Just imagine the life then. I don't know how to explain the life. Being a good leader, and after being Supreme Buddha, complete wisdom with enlightenment, he thought of teaching this to the people who helped him, and he found 5 ascetics, taught that through Dhammacakka, and afterwards lot of young men became ordained monks in front of Buddha very quickly, very fast, because those days lot of meritful people born, not like today. Today being a monk for a young boy is so difficult. I know some of the boys, some of the young men have spoken to me, and they are telling me us the difficulties they face, their parents, their job, their different problems. Because these days craving, aversion, like impurities are there higher than earlier days. But those days, the Buddha's living period, most of the young people who came to Buddha, they became ordained automatically. And also there are qualities of Buddha also. When somebody comes to me, I don't know the exact lesson to teach them, but Supreme Buddha knows what is the exact lesson suitable for this person to understand. Buddha is not a person who is converting people from one language, one religion to another. We don't want, even today we don't want. The quantity is not important, lot of heads. The quality is important. The quality is very valuable. Quantity is not valuable. Lot of people in one religion, we have to improve the number. There are religions in Sri Lanka and the other countries also giving money and ask him to come for come to our religion. If anybody is coming because of money, he is not having good qualities. He is coming to that religion, from that religion to this religion because of money, not understanding, not believing. They are cheating. But Buddhism is not like that. If you understand something in this, you have to study. Study and understand. Listen and understand. Practically do something, meditation, and understand. If you see something is there, you convert yourself and you start following this. Likewise, Buddha wanted others to learn this, and thousands and thousands of young people became ordained monks behind Buddha. Now we are coming to some more qualities of leadership in Supreme Buddha. The leader is a part of the gang, part of the group, not like the boss. I'm sorry, I'm using the word boss. In Sri Lanka, usually we use this word for the person who is manipulating and giving commands to the others, not the leader. The boss, otherwise in the word boss may be using in different meanings in different countries, different places, but I am just using today this word boss to show the person who is selfish and manipulating others to make his target completed. But the leader is somebody else. He is in the group. He is a part of the group. He is leading the group and having taken the risk with his people. When it comes to the leader is a member of the group, but the boss is not. When it comes to the leader is taking the risk of the target, but not the boss. When the group is working together in a certain target, the leader is there, but in the other side, when the group is working towards any target, the boss is outside, he doesn't come with them. When an error comes, the leader is there to correct them and save them. When an error comes, the boss is there to scold others. At the end of the activity, from the beginning to the end, the leader is there. In this side, the boss. At the end of the activity, the boss comes and finds faults. This part is not completed, that part is. When we'll take an example, very simple example, not very cognitive or intellectual examples, but just cleaning process. You are cleaning your classroom, you are cleaning your office. When you are cleaning your office, the managers or directors, whoever the chief people, office bearers and the workers, minor staff, all work together. When you all are working together, the higher hierarchies, managers, they know how did they started, how did they finish this. But if the boss is not there at the beginning and he is coming at the end of this cleaning process, he doesn't know what and what is cleaned. He can recognize only what is not cleaned. Then he starts scolding. That is the disadvantage of being a boss. Then whole group becomes angry because he was not there at the activity cleaning process. He comes at the end and giving advices and different things. The leader is not like that. Leader is always with them and he is capable of doing everything. That quality was there in Supreme Buddha as well. Now when you take these monks, the chief monks like Sariputta, Thero, this Bhante Sariputta was the leader of all the monks and he was the most intelligent monk in the group. He was the chief listener among the group. Intelligent wise, Sariputta Thera was first, but Supreme Buddha is the superior. When it comes to 𝒕, the supernatural activities, creating fire, creating water and going above the sky, going through the earth and going through water, likewise different types of supernatural activities are there. When you take these things, Moggallana Thera was the chief monk. He was the leader, but Supreme Buddha can do more than that. When it comes to the person who is having a lot of the best sermons, the best Dhamma talks had been done by Punnamantaniputta Thera. He is the best explanation, talking person, explaining this noble doctrine to the others, Dhammadeshana. But Supreme Buddha is the best, not him. When you take the person who is getting lot of food, robes, likewise the Sivali Thera was the chief. He is getting lot of things, he is having lot of merits, has given lot of things in his previous lives and getting lot of food, Even when the people, the monks go through the forest, they never starve, get food because of Sivali Bhante. Bhante Sivali is like that. But Supreme Buddha, still he is getting. Today also we offered food and beverages for Buddha. He is the best. Likewise, when it comes to a leader has started from the beginning and he is having a lot of experiences from the bottom to top. When any problem arises in this system, in an office or school or house, wherever, the leader knows to solve that because he is having experience from bottom to top. He has started from the bottom and he has experience. He is capable of handling any kind of a problem in this system. But the boss is not like that. Sometimes he is giving advices but he doesn't know how to do. Not practical experiences are not there. If anybody comes and asks, okay, you do this and show us how to do it, most of the times boss doesn't know, but leader knows. So you must practice to be a leader, good leader, rather than being a boss. I mean the boss in my sense. One day I heard another story. This is not an insultation for any kind of a forces or army. It is just a story. One person told me from America, a team came to Sri Lanka to give make a workshop, to give a training for Sri Lankan army. And after landing the plane in Sri Lankan airport, there was a huge bus to take the American army and the people to the camp. After they came to into the camp and allocating all these equipments. They brought the computers and other things from America. They were in the bus and they are taking them to the rooms downwards. To give a welcome, our army leader, of course they are leaders, I know they are good leaders, but at that time our leader was expecting to see the leader of the American army with a nice uniform, with a proud body and very calm and respectful. And our leader in Sri Lankan army, he went to welcome the people. Standing in front of the bus, all the young boys were allocating those computers and other equipments they brought from abroad to the downwards out of the bus, and he couldn't find the leader. I mean, I don't know the post, like we'll say captain or major or corporal or whatever, whoever. He couldn't find the leader from this American army. He was searching, where is the leader of this group? He couldn't find, and at last he called one of the boys who came from America, here private or whatever, can you show me your leader please? And he showed one of the person who is sweating with a green t-shirt and working with these young boys. He was also younger looking, but then he recognized this is the leader. He was not having a special uniform and badges and the medals all on his body. Very simple person, leader without a title. He was having titles, but at that time he was not having titles, and very humble and very flexibly he was working with the young boys. Just imagine, our leader couldn't find the leader from American army. When the time comes, they are having that respect, the young ones, and he is taking the responsibility. When the time comes, the leader works with the people, then you cannot find the leader, who is the leader, who are the other workers, who are the helpers. You cannot find that much of a flexible. And the same thing we can see in other countries, the engineers, when they work on the road, in the sites, you cannot find the engineer and the mason or the plumber or carpenter separately. Engineers are working together. Not all, but in our country, I am explaining in Sri Lanka, most of the engineers, they cannot work with the people. They are not humble enough, and sometimes they are not practical enough. Not all, some of them. So when you are not practical, when you do not know how to do the bottom to top activities, you are unable to handle people. If you are having a tailor shop, if you do not know how to cut the clothes, if you do not know how to use the sewing machine, if you do not know how to complete and knit the cloth at the end, the suit, you are unable to improve and you are unable to handle the people because they cheat you and you don't know how to work. Then good leader must be capable of doing everything, most of the things in the group, in the system. So Supreme Buddha, when it comes again to that special character, he is capable of. And also the next thing, the leader must be able to give the responsibility for the suitable person, not the eldest person, not the first person, but the most suitable person. There's a good example in our Supreme Buddha's life. After 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕 and 𝑭𝒐𝒂𝒂 became ordained, they were fulfilling their prerequisites to be the chief listeners, sit next to the Supreme Buddha, but they came little late to the asasana because earlier the first and foremost Kondanja Thero, 𝗵𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕 𝗵𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂, then 𝗍𝒎𝒃 and his friends, 54 friends, then 𝗬𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒃, 𝗍𝒎𝒃 and thousands of students of them, they became ordained. Afterwards, 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕 and 𝑭𝒐𝒂𝒂𝒂 came, and after being ordained, Supreme Buddha decided to keep them beside. You sit this side and you sit that side in front, behind me. A good reason to make a gossip. They were make gossips. Supreme Buddha gave a special chance for 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒃 and called it the 𝑠āriputta Moggallana because they are beautiful. Of course, Sariputta Thero was very beautiful. Moggallana Thero was very beautiful, just like a water lily, blue water lily. Very nice skin colors they had. One was yellow and one was blue, purplish. Not because of beauty, Supreme Buddha gave that chance. Why? They were gossiping, they were talking. There was a very big ha-hu in the among the not fully enlightened, among the fully enlightened ones, but the other ones, those who are having craving and aversion and impurities in their mind, they were talking about this. Why Supreme Buddha gave that kind of a position to latecomers? No, that was not. Then Buddha explained, no, I did not select them because of they are beautiful to sit next to me, but I selected them because they were completing their prerequisites, parami, to be like this in the future. Kondanja Thero, he is the first after me in this asana to be enlightened. He was completing these prerequisites to be the first in this asana, not to sit next to me. Sariputta Thero was so humble, he was so flexible, and he couldn't sit in front of Kondanja Thero. He explained, I cannot sit in front of an elder person, so I was so uncomfortable, he explained, just like a snake behind me. That much of, he is respecting Kondanja Thero a lot, but he has to sit next to Supreme Buddha because he was expecting to be so, the chief listener. Giving that chance to Sariputta Thero, Kondanja Thero went to Himalaya, the forest, and stayed alone. There is no problem in the system. Supreme Buddha knows who is suitable for what he is suitable for. In another example, there was a very dangerous cobra, not like the cobras in the jungle, but it is very big and having supernatural powers of spraying fire and poisonous smoke from the mouth. And when Buddha and the set of team of monks were going over the sky, Buddha saw that we are having a barrier, we have to control this cobra, this naga, and several number of monks came up and I will do it, I will do it, I will do it, I will control, but Buddha knows who is capable of doing that, who is the most suitable person to do that. Nobody else, even not his previous son, that Rahula Thero was there. He asked, I will do it. No, you are not suitable for that. There is one person suitable, he is Moggallana Thero, chief of supreme powers. He used his supernatural powers and handled, controlled, tamed the cobra nicely. Buddha knows who is suitable, and Supreme Buddha always take the risk. When there is a problem in the system, in the office, in the home or in the school, wherever, good leader takes the risk, but the boss, he is not taking the risk, and he is letting the people, the other group, the team to be suffered. When something happens, the leader tries to save his group. The boss, he is trying to save himself, not the group. That is the difference of those two. That's why I am asking you to be a good leader, not a boss. He is trying to save himself, but leader tries to save his group. In one previous life, Nalapana Jataka also, Supreme Buddha's earlier lives, when they were thirsty, drinking water was very risk from that pond, because that pond, there was a devil inside, Raksha. So, whoever goes to the water, he will eat. Footprints were there going towards, but not coming, there were no footprints towards out. All the people and the animals went to the water, had been eaten. So, Bodhisattva decided to use straws like from bamboo and saved his group. In a risk, he takes the risk. Buddha's life also, there was a nice example. Devadatta Thero led Nalagiri to drink a lot of alcohol. That days also there were alcohol, not like, just same like today. After drinking alcohol, people become animals. Then animal, what will happen to animal, you know. People, human beings also convert into animals in their behavior. Just imagine an elephant drink alcohol, what will happen to the elephant. So elephant was so wild, so aggressive, and running towards the Buddha and the group. Bhante Ananda, the chief attendant, actually, he is giving all the facilities, all taking care of Buddha. He was so shocked when the elephant comes towards the people, Buddha and the group of monks. Ananda Thera was, he thought of saving Buddha's life and came in front of the Buddha. Buddha came in front of Ananda Thera again, and turning the earth, that part rotation, rotated the earth, and Buddha came front, keeping Ananda Thera behind him to save the group. Buddha did not ask monks to go forward when Nalagiri Tusker was coming. Buddha faced the risk. He is taking the risk and tamed Tusker. That's how a good leader. Leaders are always like that. Teachers are good leaders. When it comes to teachers' characteristic features, Supreme Buddha, in my life, the best teacher I have ever heard about. Sometimes teachers appreciate their children. My child, my son, my student is better than me. If you are a teacher, are you that much flexible, humble to appreciate your own student and say that he is better than me? Supreme Buddha was. One day, Buddha and monks went into a house for begging alms. At that house itself, we usually eat, have their meal, lunch, and come out. But there is a special precept we call Dutanga. Those monks, they do not come into the house, they beg alms and go to the forest or any other place, and they have their meal alone, not at home. They go from house to house and beg for alms, but they do not go in and sit comfortably to have their lunch. Buddha was not like that. He was going into the houses, and with the group of monks, they were having the lunch, while he was having the lunch, Bhante Mahakashyapa came begging alms, and the house leader, the householder, ran to Bhante Kashyapa and asked, Bhante Kashyapa, Supreme Buddha and the whole monks are there at my home. You also come in and have your lunch at home, at my home. I will give you all the facilities to sit and water, all the other desserts and everything. You can sit and have your lunch. Then Thero Kashyapa, Bhante Kashyapa, did not accept that. No, I do not come into your home. And he just took the begging bowl full of alms and started going away. At that time, Supreme Buddha appreciated Mahakashyapa Thero a lot. My student, my son, Mahakashyapa, do not come into the houses and have his lunch very comfortably. He was protecting this special precept, Dutanga, very hard precept, Dutanga, Pindapatika Dutanga. And also, he was able to exchange. Mahakashyapa Thero was lucky enough to exchange his robe with Supreme Buddha, and Supreme Buddha took Kashyapa Thero's very comfortable, nice robe, and Kashyapa Thero took Buddha's very hard and rough robe. He was wearing rough and very uncomfortable robes. So Buddha explained and appreciated his own student, my student Kashyapa, my son Kashyapa is protecting, observing more precepts like this, very hard. These precepts are not compulsory. So if you like, you can observe a monk. If a monk doesn't want, they do not want, it's not compulsory. But Bhante Kashyapa was observing all these 13 special precepts, Dutanga, and Supreme Buddha appreciated that a lot. Begging alms from home to home, wearing robes like this and living only in the forest, not coming into the monastery like the building like places, staying under the trees. Likewise, lot of special precepts Mahakashyapa Thero protected. When another good leader quality, when any problem happens to the team, the leader will never run away. Good leaders, they never run away from the problem, keeping the group in a trouble. But boss, in my sense, in my way, the word boss, I am using the boss for the selfish and a person who is trying to manipulate the others. The boss always try to escape and run away from the group. He never stay when the group is sinking in the ocean like in a ship. It happens in 12th rainy season after became Supreme Buddha's Buddhahood. 12th rainy season, there was a person in Brahmana called 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕. He invited Supreme Buddha and about 500 monks to stay in his village and promised of offering all the food and beverages. Unfortunately, 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕 forgot this. There was an involvement of Mara also, Devaputta Mara, and he wanted the Buddha and the other monks to be suffered of hunger, starving. Then 𝑭𝒐𝒓𝒓𝒆𝒔𝒕 forgot to offer alms for 3 months. Supreme Buddha and about 500 monks were starving and not having food, and fortunately they got some horse food given by the people who came with horses and carts. They were surviving. Supreme Buddha could go over the sky to Uttara lands and take alms for himself. And Moggallana Thero asked, shall I take this world upside down and take all these edible things from the bottom? Supreme Buddha asked, no Moggallana, you don't want to do that. Then shall I go to the Uttara lands and bring some alms for you? No, Moggallana, no need to do that. Supreme Buddha was taking the risk, facing the difficulties as the other members. Good leader is a bright, glittering person, glorious person. Selfish, bad boss, always not appreciable. I would ask you today in Vesak full moon poya day, leader without a title. I read one book recently written by Robin Sharma. He's a very nice, good writer, one of my favorites. And a book written by Dale Carnegie. Those are very good authors. They are writing very nice things to improve our life, not compatible, not like Buddha's teachings, but practical things what they found in their lives. So he explains about a special leader. Leader had no title. You don't want to have the titles like whatever, the manager, chief manager, director, whatever. No need to have a badge in front of you on your chest. But you can be a very good leader, but no title, having good qualities to save your group, to improve you and your people around. Then automatically you will become a famous person with the others. Nobody will try to hurt you. Even anybody tries to hurt you, you don't get that burden because you are very pure. You have a clean heart because you do not expect anything by doing these things to the society. Good teachers, good leaders, good managers, good directors are appreciable always. So you can take the lesson from Buddha's life, Buddha's qualities to be a good leader. So our parents became good leaders for us, good image in front of us. Maybe your mother and father are not like that, don't worry about that. All the parents are not same. But for us, my mother and father, when I was a child, very small, taught me how to worship Buddha. Every day in the evening we must sit in front of Buddha's statue and worship. It is a must. It was. Today also I have that quality, that practice, because my mother and father taught me that. And offering things. Eating things will make tomorrow it is not smelly, it's very bad in smell. But if you give something today, it is good in smell. Always my mother explains, so giving is good, giving is better. Giving food, giving things. Likewise, I will take an opportunity to send these Dhamma talk merits to my father. Coming 19th of May is my father's first year alms. Last year he passed away because of COVID. So still we have the memories, good memories about our parents, mothers and fathers. How did they teach us to face the problems, to become a very good leader? I am sitting on this special seat today and giving you a nice talk with my second language, not my mother tongue, with the enormous effort of especially my father. My father had a dream for me to speak in English. From the nursery onwards, he was trying to teach me English. I think my fingers are not enough to show the numbers of classes he took me, and at last, before he passed away, I was able to show the talents, what he expected from me in second language. Today, because of his enormous effort, I am able to spread this Buddha's teaching to the whole world with a universal, with an international language, because of my father's effect, because of my father's big effort. So, and sending merits to my father, and also you maybe who are listening today have had good fathers and mothers who had passed away. So we shall send our merits, my Dhammadeshana merits, your listening merits, to your mothers and fathers today, who are expecting merits in other worlds, in their next lives, now their lives, and may they get these merits and become their lives so glorious, happy, relaxed by taking our merits. We'll send them the merits. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idammi ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. And also we shall send merits to the heavenly realms, the gods, those who are listening Dhamma and also expecting our merits to be sent. Ākāsaṭṭhā ca bhummaṭṭhā devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkhantu sāsanam. Ākāsaṭṭhā ca bhummaṭṭhā devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkhantu desanam. Ākāsaṭṭhā ca bhummaṭṭhā devānāgā mahiddhikā puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkhantu tvaṃ sadāti. Right. And here we are going to wind up in this Vesak full moon poet day. After listening to this Dhamma and practicing this Dhamma as meditation, I wish you all find liberation, improve wisdom and relaxation, and end up this life cycle, dying and born, dying and born, and stop suffering forever. May the Triple Gem bless you. Thank you.